Millions of years ago, long before humans ever walked the earth, our planet was ruled by giants. The land trembled beneath their footsteps, the skies echoed with the beating of vast wings, and the seas churned with predators of unimaginable size. This was the Age of Dinosaurs, an era spanning more than 165 million years, shaping the very fabric of life on Earth. But their story does not begin with giant creatures roaming forests or the mighty predators we so often imagine. It begins in the aftermath of catastrophe. 252 million years ago, the Permian extinction, the deadliest event in Earth's history, had just wiped out 90% of life. Forests withered, oceans turned toxic, and silence spread across the barren landmass known as Pangaea. Yet from this silence, survivors emerged. Small reptiles clung to existence, scurrying across deserts and wetlands. And among them were the ancestors of dinosaurs, at first unremarkable. Tiny hunters with quick reflexes and lightweight frames. These creatures carried within them the traits that would one day shape an empire. Around 230 million years ago, the first true dinosaurs appeared. Eoraptor, scarcely larger than a dog, darted on two slender legs chasing insects and small prey, while Herrerasaurus, one of the earliest carnivores, stalked the shadows as a predator of reptiles and early herbivores. Yet in the Triassic world, they were not dominant. The Earth then was filled with rivals. Great crocodile-like phytosaurs lurked in rivers. Heavily armored etosaurs grazed across the land, and mammal-like reptiles occupied the night. Dinosaurs were merely another group competing for survival. But they possessed a secret advantage. Their legs were not sprawled to the side like most reptiles. Instead, they stood directly beneath their bodies, giving them speed, strength, and stamina. They could run further, breathe deeper, and move with efficiency. In time, this posture would set them apart. As the Triassic drew to a close, Earth shook again. Volcanic eruptions tore Pangaea apart. Fire and ash cloaked the skies. Carbon dioxide surged into the atmosphere. Climate shifted violently. Many reptile groups perished, but dinosaurs endured, and from the ashes of extinction they rose. Ready to dominate a new age, the Jurassic had begun, and with it came the rise of giants. Forests of towering conifers stretched across the land. Rivers swelled, and the world grew lush and green. Here dinosaurs thrived. Sauropods, the long-necked giants, appeared and soon reached astonishing sizes. Creatures like Plateosaurus paved the way, evolving into even larger forms, such as Brachiosaurus and Diplodocus, whose sheer scale dwarfed anything before them. With necks sweeping through treetops and tails stretching behind like whips, these herbivores reshaped landscapes simply by feeding. Alongside them lumbered the plated Stegosaurus, its back lined with tall, bony plates and tail armed with sharp spikes. Grazing in herds and using its tail to fend off attackers, predators evolved to meet these giants head-on. Allosaurus, swift and powerful, became one of the most fearsome hunters of the Jurassic, armed with serrated teeth and claws. It worked in packs, targeting even the colossal sauropods. The seas, too, were alive with power. Ichthyosaurs, sleek and dolphin-like, sped through the water chasing fish, while long-necked plesiosaurs glided with grace beneath the waves, and in the skies the first true birds took flight. Archaeopteryx with feathered wings and reptilian teeth fluttered from branch to branch, a living link between dinosaurs and modern birds. The Jurassic world was rich and diverse. A planet where ecosystems balanced precariously, where herbivores reshaped forests, predators sharpened their skills and evolution, sculpted life in extraordinary forms. But the reign of dinosaurs was only just beginning. Greater challenges and even more magnificent creatures awaited in the next age, the Cretaceous period, an era that would see the ultimate flowering of dinosaur life, the emergence of new predators, and the slow approach of a world-ending catastrophe. As the Jurassic Age gave way to the Cretaceous, the world continued to transform. Continents drifted further apart, oceans widened and climates shifted, creating new landscapes where evolution unfolded in unexpected ways. Flowering plants spread for the first time, carpeting the land in color and fragrance. Insects diversified to pollinate them, and herbivorous dinosaurs adapted quickly to these fresh sources of food. The hadrosaurs, or duck-billed dinosaurs, appeared with broad beaks perfect for cropping plants and batteries of hundreds of teeth that allowed them to grind leaves efficiently. They gathered in vast herds, moving across plains and valleys much like wildebeest on the African savanna today. Their numbers provided protection, but also attracted predators, and among these predators rose the most iconic dinosaur of all, Tyrannosaurus rex, towering 12 meters long, weighing more than 7 tons, and armed with a skull built for crushing bone. T-Rex was the apex predator of its time. Its bite, the most powerful of any creature ever to walk the earth, shattered the bones of hadrosaurs and ceratopsians with ease. Yet despite its terrifying power, T-Rex was not invincible. It hunted carefully, relied on ambush, and sometimes scavenged the kills of others. In the same age, armored herbivores like Ankylosaurus thrived. Low-slung tanks covered in bony plates and wielding a tail club capable of breaking a predator's leg. Then there were the magnificent ceratopsians, horned dinosaurs such as Triceratops, with a massive frill and 3 sharp horns. They clashed with each other in battles for dominance and defended themselves fiercely against attackers. The Cretaceous was a time of innovation in nature. Dinosaurs themselves began to change in remarkable ways. In the lands of what is now China, fossils reveal raptors like Velociraptor and Microraptor, not as scaly beasts, but covered in feathers. Feathers that began perhaps as insulation or display, but evolved into tools for gliding, leaping, and eventually flight. These discoveries show us that birds are not merely distant relatives of dinosaurs, they are dinosaurs. The last living branch of a once great family tree, every pigeon, eagle, or sparrow today carries the legacy of the raptors that once hunted under Cretaceous skies. And while the land was filled with marvels, the seas and skies were equally alive with giants. In the oceans swam Mosasaurus, immense marine reptiles with powerful tails and double-hinged jaws, apex predators that ruled the waters, much as T-Rex ruled the land alongside them, soared pterosaurs, some no larger than sparrows. Others enormous, such as Quetzalcoatlus, with wingspans rivaling small aircraft. They glided across coastlines, scanning for prey, diving upon fish and small animals. The Earth in the Cretaceous teemed with energy and variety, an age where every ecosystem, from forest to shoreline, desert to swamp, pulsed with life. Yet in this richness, time was running out. Far beyond the skies, in the blackness of space, a rock 75 miles across hurtled silently towards Earth. And when it struck, everything would change forever. 66 million years ago, the Age of Dinosaurs was at its height. Vast herds of hadrosaurs roamed fertile floodplains. Horned triceratops clashed in ritual combat, and Tyrannosaurus rex stalked the forests with unrivaled power. Yet in the skies above, fate approached. A giant asteroid, more than 10 kilometers wide, tore through space at tens of thousands of kilometers per hour. When it struck the Yucatan Peninsula in what is now Mexico, the Earth convulsed. The impact unleashed energy equal to billions of nuclear bombs. Forests ignited instantly. Shockwaves raced across continents, and tsunamis taller than skyscrapers thundered across oceans. In the following days, firestorms swept the globe. Ash and debris choked the atmosphere. Sunlight vanished, plunging the world into a long, cold darkness. Plants withered without photosynthesis. Herbivores starved. Predators soon followed. The mighty dinosaurs, who had ruled for over 160 million years, fell silent. Only birds, the small feathered survivors, endured, along with tiny mammals that had hidden in burrows and fed on seeds and insects. In the silence that followed, a new age began. Mammals expanded into the empty niches, evolving into countless forms. from small foragers to great beasts, and eventually, primates that would one day give rise to humans. Yet the dinosaurs never truly vanished. Their descendants live among us still. Every bird, from the sparrow outside your window to the eagle soaring over mountains, is a dinosaur, a living link to that ancient world. Their legacy also endures in stone. As fossils unearthed from deserts and cliffs, each bone telling a fragment of a lost story, each trackway preserving a moment from lives long gone, and their legacy endures in us, in the human imagination. From myths of dragons to modern science, dinosaurs remind us of the fragility of life and the power of change. They show us that no empire, however vast, lasts forever. Yet they also show us resilience, adaptation, and survival across unimaginable spans of time. Though the last roar of a Tyrannosaurus has faded into silence, the spirit of the dinosaurs still beats in the wings of birds, in the fossils we study, and in the wonder we feel when we imagine the world they once ruled. The age of dinosaurs has ended, but their story will never die.